Hey guys, Nicole here with Obscure Reptiles and Caging, and today we're going to be showing you how to hook up a thermostat to a rack and also what a 4x2x2 bearded dragon cage looks like. So let's get started. Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing two different things in one video. First, we're going to be showing you how to hook up a thermostat to a reptile rack. So we're going to be showing you guys the PVC racks we make, and I'm going to be showing you how the heat tape works, what things to look for, and also how to actually hook up a thermostat. Because people who've never done this before, I get a lot of questions on where to put the probe, do you need a thermostat, how it works, and the whole breakdown. So we're going to walk you through step by step everything that you'll need to know in order to pick up a rack and have it set up, and how you can do adjustments to it. After that, about halfway through the video, we're going to switch and we're going to show you what a bearded dragon setup looks like. Basically, right as soon as you buy it, I'm going to show you what the cage looks like, how it works, and what other things you'll have to add to it, like basking shelves, things like that. We have quite a few bearded dragons here. They're in smaller enclosures because they're all juveniles, but this is showing a full-grown adult bearded dragon setup, which is a 4x2x2. It's going to show the fixture, what kind of UVB, what things you'll need to bring with you when you pick it up, and just so you guys know the basic setup for a bearded dragon and the cage requirements. So we're going to head out to the garage and I'll show you guys that. Around the 6-minute mark is when we're going to go over the bearded dragon setups. So if you're just here for bearded dragons, you can skip ahead to that. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to be going over is how you use your rack system and how you set up your thermostat, and then we're going to show you the dragon cage. So right here, this is a 28-quart rack. It's just a standard setup, it's not a hybrid. So the way it works is these bins slide in, and they've got over an inch that they set back in. So even if a snake somehow rattled it around, they're not going to be able to push out. If you come around here, you can see heat tape. It's wound down every single shelf. You can also add this. It's called foil tape. You can put it over each shelf, because the only spot that you really have to worry about wear and tear on these things, unless you're moving them around, is just where the bin actually hits the heat tape. That's where it can wear down, and that's why you should keep a good eye on your heat tape. Check on it every so often and just keep a good eye on it, because if it does start to wear and it goes down to the copper, that's when you can have things that malfunction. Just make sure you're keeping a really good eye on this. So this is a thermostat that I like to use. You can use any, but this is a Vivarium. Make sure it's a good Reptile one. Don't get one of the $30 ones off Amazon. You want quality. Some of these even have alarm systems, and you can completely control the temperature. So the way that these work are, there's a power supply, which just plugs into your outlet. Then over here you have your probe. This is the part that actually it will heat until this is the right temperature. So, for example, if I set the temperature, and I want to set it at 93, accepted. So now if this was hooked up and fully ready to go, until this reaches 93 degrees, it's going to keep heating the heat tape. So if this at any point falls off, the heat tape will continue to heat and continue to rise and can burn or melt or cause fires. So that's another thing. You really have to make sure your probe is not falling off. So what I like to do is, you can put them in the bin, but personally what I like to do is I like to find around the middle. So right around here, and I like to put the probe up and down like this. I will then take electrical tape and wrap it and move this out of the way and wrap it all the way around. Because if you just put one piece of tape over it like this, over time that can fall, and you don't want your racks to overheat. It can kill your animals. So I take electrical tape and I wrap it all the way around a couple of times. Make sure you're keeping an eye on your probe, and make sure you're watching for wear and tear where your bins hit the heat tape on the shelves. So these are very simple once you know how to use them. So to hook, you can't just plug. This is where your heat tape plugs. You cannot just plug your heat tape into a wall socket and expect it to heat. On the back of your thermostat, or on the back on the back of the thermostat, you see an extra slot right here. You plug your heat tape directly into the thermostat, and then that's how it's all controlled. So you have your power supplies first. That's where you plug your heat tape. Your probe's right here, and then this you don't have to worry about, just for basic use. But that's very simply how you set up your reptile rack. Now what I like to do is I like to also heat my reptile room. So it's at 75 degrees. So with my room at 75 degrees, I use 6 and 7 level racks. I only set mine to 92, and I get about a 92 to 93 degree hot spot in my bin. That's why you're going to need a temperature gun, because once you have this set up, let's say you set it to 90 but your room's really cold, you can check your hot spot and check the heat tape, and you might be too low. Sometimes you have to set this to 96 to get a 92 degree hot spot, so you really have to play with it. So don't expect to take these home, plug it in, and be able to use right away. You're going to want to get these a few days before you need them, so you have time to play with it. If you're going to be in a super hot room, then you might need to set it lower. It's just going to depend on where you're going to put it specifically. And there's also other, you can also put the probe in the bin, stuff like that, but this is just what I do, the setup I like. But again, it's all up to you guys, how you use it, and make sure you're using it properly. You can also go on places like Vivarum's website and see, and even Heat Tape and everything like that, and see exactly what the manufacturer likes also, because everyone's a little bit different. When it comes to these racks, we do several different sizes. We've done a whole video on them, anywhere from 6 quart, 12 quart, these are the 28 and the 41 quart. Each different bin size uses a different size set of heat tape. This right here is only 3 inch, and the smaller bins are 3 inch, but when you get to larger enclosures, or let's say you're going to have this in a very cold area, you can get requests. We can do bigger heat tapes. We can do 4 inch heat tape if you're getting a 41 quart, which is 3 foot long, individually corded 12 inch heat tape. But it comes in all different sizes. So depending on what you need, we have like set standards that we'll normally go off of. But if you guys need something that's bigger or smaller, we can do that. You just need to tell us so we can adjust the pricing, whether you have something that needs smaller heat tape or you want individually corded larger heat tape, we can do that also. But this is just the standard that we go by and what we've used and what really works well for us. So when you guys get a bearded dragon cage from us, this is what you would expect. This is a 4x2x2 enclosure. It's not, 20 inches, it's full 24 by 24 by 48 inches long. Especially if you have an adult male bearded dragon, you're going to need something this size, but it really can't hurt to go in something bigger, and that gives them more room to move around. So the way it comes is, this right here is our heat fixture. It heats up to 300 watts. Pre-installed just like this, and it can hold up to 300 watts. You're not going to need anything close to it, but we just do it just in case if people want tegus and other larger enclosures, we get the upgraded stuff. So the way this comes is you can request an added table. We do this for an extra basking spot. What we like to do is sometimes we'll have the stick down tile, we'll put it on top with a dark color, and it raises the temperature for a really nice hot basking spot for them. But this is just a standard cage, and we will install this on whichever side you prefer, and we leave the hole in the back large because when you buy this from us, when you pick it up, you bring a tube UVB, and that goes in the back, and we will install it if you bring it with you when you pick up this enclosure. We'll have all the screws out, everything ready to go, and it'll only take an extra 5 minutes at pickup if you bring it with you. So bring your tube UVB. Don't bring a small dome light. You want a full spectrum UVB. At least 18 to 24 inches is the best for dragons. You want them to be able to get the full spectrum, and you want them to be able to have everything that they need. You don't want them to have any bone diseases from not using UVB, so make sure you're using a tube UVB also. When you get one of these from us, these are the doors. It's clear acrylic with just a protective coating. There's a track on the top and a track on the bottom. It locks into place. If you lift up and back, you're able to take it out. Makes it a lot easier for cleaning, and you can take both doors out. You can also do these for things like tegus, especially if you have a younger baby tegu. We also have locks that will fit on the doors. All those things are additional. If you talk to us about them, we can tell you all that type of stuff. But this is the dragon setup, the 4x2x2. In the back, you can also see where we drill vent holes. We always do 2 rows like this, especially when it comes to bearded dragon enclosures. If you want, we can add more. Okay guys, and that's it for this video. Hopefully that helps if you were trying to see what a bearded dragon setup looks like from us, or if you're trying to learn how to set up a thermostat for a PVC reptile rack. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments below. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We do videos every Wednesday, and we're still doing our giveaway. So if you go back a couple of videos, you can still have a chance to enter and win. We'll see you in the next one.